Boy, there are a lot of boreal chickadees here. How much do you know about them? Let's stand by. Let's go over a few things. First things first, I'm on a Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife Winter Bird Atlas survey. I'm counting every bird I can find, no matter how small. Red-breasted nuthatch, 1. Downy woodpecker, 1. Bald eagle, 3. Black-capped chickadee, 200. Got to walk a packed snowmobile trail off the main road on this one. It's the only way into this particular survey block. Ooh. There's a pileated woodpecker drumming way down there. I think it may be too far, like a half a mile out of the block. Oh, here's a closer one. This survey walk so far, 17 pine grosbeaks. Wow, look at all the moose tracks. That's either one moose wandering around or an angry mob. Boreal chickadees, how much do you know about them? They range all the way across Canada, from Newfoundland to Alaska. Boreal, of course, means northern in Latin. You know, aurora borealis, northern lights. So it's a northern bird. This is what they like, spruce and fir, dense concentrations. Sorry, I get a little closer, but this snowbank is 7 feet tall and I'm not going over it. Boreal chickadees will come to feeders, except that they live so far north where there aren't a lot of people, they don't see a feeder very often. You know, when Roger Torrey Peterson wrote his guides, the boreal chickadee was called a brown-capped chickadee. That's from the 1930s right up to the 1960s. I don't know when they changed the name. So here I am, on the Realty Road west of Ashland, Maine, way deep in the woods in a place most people won't go to bird. Somebody's got to do it, so here I am. I'm staying a couple of nights at Big Machias Lake Camps, a sporting camp. Not because I have to, but because I want to. Where else can you just get out of bed first thing in the morning and go out and see a boreal chickadee? There are still a lot of traditional sporting camps in Maine, each one with a special niche and a unique history. This one was established for the caribou hunt. Goes back a long way. Big Machias Lake. Now, Machias was the native word for Bad Little Falls, an area you didn't want to go over in your canoe. Well, there's a lot of those in Maine, so the word Machias shows up in a number of locations. This is Big Machias Lake, and it empties into Big Machias River with a lot of little falls. Ah, life in the North Maine woods. Jeff and Corey Labway own Big Machias Lake Camps. Corey was out walking her dog, 2 dogs, to the end of the driveway, and there's a woodpecker with an all-black back. And so she asked me later, what was that? Well, people think it's rare, but up here it's really not. The black-backed woodpecker, right at the end of the driveway, right here next to the camp where I'm staying. Oh, psh, 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 psh. Oh, come on. 14 common redpolls just flew right over. You know, most of the finches will pish in. The American goldfinches may be the least. Pine siskins will do it pretty readily. Common redpolls normally zip right in, but they kept going, buggers. I could not be further from civilization, and yet there's pollution right out here in the woods. A released balloon. I tell you, if man isn't the stupidest species on the planet. And on this 2-mile walk, on this logging road in the woods, I've got 11 boreal chickadees so far. Here's something else that may seem a little odd. Boreal chickadees and black-capped chickadees will associate with each other, especially in the off-season. During breeding season, may get a little testy, but in the off-season, you'll find them together in foraging flocks. On the whole, black-capped chickadees are bolder. It's easier to get them out for a look at you. Boreal chickadees, a little more shy, but you can still do it and they'll come out. They'll pish in. It's mid-March. The black-capped chickadees are really starting their territorial songs. You know, hey, sweetie, or cheeseburger, or, oh yeah, that one. But boreal chickadees don't have that territorial song. They do have this little complaining gurgle thing they do, like this one's doing. Chickadees are excellent gleaners. Black-capped chickadees are good. Boreal chickadees are great. They just hover around the ends of little fir branches and pick off either seeds or the little critters that can survive the winter. Yeah, little critters that don't freeze up. Some caterpillars, small worms, don't freeze solid in the winter. They have a natural glycerin that keeps their cells from being damaged by the frost. Boreal chickadees are just great at finding those. And so they don't have to wander very far in winter to find food. But they do have to work at it. In summer, a boreal chickadee may need a territory of up to 13 acres, big enough to feed his family. Who is buried in Grant's tomb? What is the square root of 16? What is your favorite color? Yeah, they're pretty friendly, but they're terrible conversationalists. One thing I have in common with these Canada jays, we both work for peanuts, so I could use all the subscribes and likes I can get. Thanks.